Where did it come from? 32. Waderkvan Stash, a Crossout video by Dangerously Incompetent. Whilst Polar Night season is still running, and hard on the heels of Operation Radiance mini-season, a new mini-season, Waderkvan Stash. And there's loads of parts in it, and the standout part is completely new. All the other stuff, old, been around before, boring. But the standout part, you can craft it without having to buy the battle pass. Inconceivable. From a publisher known to be as greedy as Gaijin, this is inconceivable. How did they do it? Let's have a look at some of these parts then. I'm going to do the weapons and stuff later because they're interesting, and I need to get my view durations up on my engagement stats for YouTube. We're going to start with the stickers. All been out before, all from previous seasons and stuff. Try to keep up. That's from Syndicate. Ratatatata. Was it Syndicate or was it not Syndicate? I can't remember. Spoiler, that's in the decor container. Oh, I better check that. Decor container. Got one around here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, from the decor container. Well, that's decor. So that's been plenty of them around. And lollybomb, that's another previous season, can't remember which. Uncertain World, that looks like Syndicate, or is that off a pack? Oh, I've forgotten. Kuwagata, that's definitely Syndicate. Hyakutake, and that's Syndicate. Orange Lamp, that's Founders Return, I think. The orange lamp, that was the first neon lamp, the orange one. Tranquility, that looks like Syndicate to me. Wakidate, that's Syndicate decor, massive wing. So obviously its price has tumbled recently, so I bought some back. Hey, I wonder if I'll be able to sell them before the new damage mechanics come out and they tumble in price. Anyway, that's all your stickers and paints and decors. Now the weapons and equipment and stuff. None of these are new, apart from the last one, but we'll get to that. But if you're a new player, you won't be able to craft any of these other than on the Waderkvan Stash. If you're a veteran player, hello! You may well have unlocked them in the season they originally appeared in, and therefore have them on your workbench and be able to craft them to your heart's content. So let's have a look. Summator, that was from Founders Return. I'm having to look these up because I can't remember them all. Founders Return, that's where it came from, and I did Founders Return and I unlocked it. So on my Founders workbench you can see I can craft summators if I want to. Not that I do, because there's so many banging around at the moment coming out of Waderkvan Stash, and they're not all being used up, the price has tumbled. So maybe I'll buy a couple of them just for old time's sake, because they're so cheap. Next, a Discharger. That came from Guiding Star season, which I can also craft. It doesn't say so here, but if we go to my scavengers, that's it. There you go. You can see I'm crafting one right now. That's because unlike the Summator, you only get a couple out of the Waderkvan Stash. You get one here. There's another one somewhere. Oh no, only the one. Whereas the Summator, you see the excess levels and a battle pass. Every level above 35 gets you a Summator, and you can actually get excess levels in this season, mini season, unlike Operation Radiance where you couldn't. So there's plenty of Summators around, but not very many Dischargers. And there aren't that many people currently playing who could actually make Dischargers, which means Dischargers price keeps on jumping up. I mean, selling them for 194, that's 25 coin profit. Even though all the ingredients for the Discharger have gone up in price, I could just craft them from raw and make 25 coins selling it here. And they've been spiking up a bit higher than that at times, so I've been crafting. It's dead easy money, very little risk, and a few clicks and bang. Not huge profits, but it's very doable if, of course, you completed the original season and can craft Dischargers. Now, the rest of the parts, like the Yaoguai and so on, you get 1 or 2 in the reward track, and you get blueprints, where you go to the Waderkvan. Oops, don't show you that one just yet. Go to the Waderkvan Stash, and you can craft them. And they're unusual craftings, in that there's no resource cost, there's no workbench cost. All there is these parts, which are not the original recipe for the trombone. And the trombone came from, let me look it up, Steel Gladiators season. And the Yaoguai came from Syndicate. And if you unlock the Yaoguai in the Syndicate season, it went to the workbench, regular workbench, so I can actually craft it if I want. Not that I need to, because there seems to be plenty banging around at the moment and the price is down. But the crafting trombone, that didn't go to a workbench after its season ended. There's a few work pieces around, but otherwise not very many of them. So this is coming back. It's a season only part that has come back for this mini season, and its ingredients are the Summator and Discharger, which bumps their demand up, and with very little supply Discharger, that price goes up. So, and the same for the Yaoguai, you need Summator and Discharger. Whereas the parser, which came from, look it up, parser, enemy of my enemy, and the Avalanche came from Big Chase. They didn't go to permanent workbenches either. The parser had some work pieces. Avalanche had no work pieces at all, so it was only its original season and here that you can actually craft it. But its price has dropped horrendously. Lots of people are crafting these given the opportunity. The Avalanche will probably go back up again. Parser won't so much. There hasn't been so much demand for the parser, but the Avalanche was creeping up since it only came out. Was it last season? So its price has been going up, so there's been enough demand for that. But anyway, they both need trombones and Yaoguais in various numbers, in 2 different numbers. So you've got to have Summators and you've got to have Dischargers, then you make the trombones and Yaoguai, blah blah blah. Clunky, 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 all chained together. But those are all the pieces that come before. None of those are original. Now we come out to the standout part, the original, one and only, just for this mini season, Athena, the shotgunny, lasery, revolvery. It combines all 3 mechanics. It heats stuff up with its lasers. It has a shotgun. Every time it shoots, you go and it's a revolver. So you got 4 charges, and it takes a long time to reload those 4 charges. But in between, you fire, very short reload to the next charge, and then the next charge, and then the next charge, and then you got the long reload. But you can only make it here, and you don't need avalanches or parsers or anything like that. It's not chained like all the other ones. It requires, here comes the money grubbing, the parts from packs. All these are pack only parts. Well, and the marketplace, the standout feature of Crossout, of course. The marketplace. You can buy all of these on the marketplace if you want. Okay, they might cost a bit of money right now, but that's why I sold them, because I made a load of cash. And I fully expect these parts will drop in price immediately the event ends in a day and 8 hours, and then when their pack comes back on sale in the shop, they'll drop even further, and I'll buy them back and everything will be happy, and I'll have made a profit by shorting them. But yeah, and what's the Athena doing? Is the Athena a good buy? Well, it's an okay weapon. I don't think it's horrendously overpowered, but it seems quite decent, so its demand is probably going to be there to drive the price up after the event finishes. But as a legendary weapon, it's rather expensive, and you can craft it right now. There's nearly 7,000 to buy it. Let's have a look at what other. Let's have a look at the other legendary weapons and see what they're all selling for. And the most expensive is the Athena. It's beaten the Stillwind, which you still can't craft from ages ago, and that's been very popular. So, I've high hopes for the value of the 2 Athenas I've bought. Maybe I should get another one. Well, I bought them a while ago when the packs were in the shop on sale. The packs are still on, the deluxe packs version of the packs on sale. The packs are still there, so it's amazing that the price has gone up for the Capcan and the Yaoguai have gone up as much as they have, given you can still just buy them out the shop. Anyway, that's that. That's all. Everything covered? Yes, I have covered everything that is tradable and craftable in Waderkvan Stash. So see you around in couple of weeks for the next mini season. Where did it come from? Huzzah!